after I read The Hunger Games, I immediately texted Sammy and told her what I thought was going to happen in the next 2 books, which she had already read. And we decided to collaborate with our ideas, and this is what we came up with. From the beginning, Peeta and Katniss are going good, but then, out of nowhere, Peeta is like, hey, it's not safe for you to be with me anymore because I'm a baker, and everybody knows that bakers do not go well with hunters.
And so he leaves for 6 months, approximately
6 months. But while he is gone, Katniss decides that she's going to get a little cozy with her friend Gale.
And they find some scooters
behind the bakery, and they decide to fix them up and go on some adventures with them.
But out of nowhere, Katniss becomes suicidal.
She's just freaking out.
Tries to jump out of a tree. But then Peeta feels like she's suicidal. He just has this feeling in his heart, so he comes back.
But then when he comes back, President Snow is like, I don't think you guys are in love. So they have to come up with a way to convince him that they are in love.
And so they...
So Peeta comes up with the idea that they should just get it on.
But little do they know, condoms do not work in the future.
So Katniss gets pregnant, and it's like this whole big thing because Peeta's like, oh my god, it's going to be a weird demon baby, and it's
going to be a half baker, half hunter child, and we all know that never works out.
Never does.
And so Peeta tells Gale to tell Katniss to get rid of the baby, and Katniss is like, no bitch, I want this baby.
And Peeta's like, no, just no. But then eventually he just gives in because he does anything that Katniss wants because he's kind of a pushover. So then when she's giving birth, she has a near-death experience until
Peeta injects bread dough into her system to turn her into a baker, which is what she always wanted to be.
So yeah, and then after the baby is born, you know, Katniss is kind of like hallucinating and like freaking out in the corner, but no one really cares because there's a baby, which Gale decides to hold for a moment, and then realizes that he loves half-baker, half-hunter children.
But then the game makers are like, oh hell nah, bitch. And they put her name into the Goblet of Fire.
Yeah, and her name is picked to go into the Hunger Games. And her parents have to be her mentors.
But then she wins.
Yeah, she wins. And then that's the end of the series.
Boom.
Boom.